got your belt, and beautiful boys, men and women. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How was your week? My week was actually very beautiful. Beautiful, yeah. My week was good. So many beautiful things happened during the week. We give glory to God. So yeah, my name is Temini Kolayo, and I am a product manager. So paper. I'm a product manager, and what do I do here? I thought everything product management. I assist newbie product managers. So if you've decided that way, this is the path that you want to follow, you want to become a product manager, welcome on board. This is where you need to be. So yeah, welcome to our YouTube channel. You get me? Now, today we are going to be talking about something that makes every product manager break out in the cold sweats. Saying no to feature requests, the art of saying no, protecting your product vision. Now, it's the two-letter word that can make or break your product. You see, NO, it's gonna make or make that product. You see that product that is very high and mighty. If you don't know when to say no, you can destroy that product or you can actually take it to the next level. So if your days look anything like mine used to, they will probably involve one, the CEO popping by with a quick suggestion. They're always popping by with a quick suggestion. Quick one. Hey, yeah, quick one. It's always a quick one. There is never a slow one. It's quick one. Or sales promising features you've never heard of. I need to talk about this very, very well. Sales. How many times did I call you? How many times? You people will be okay, calm down. But sales, your judgment is at the front. You people are very, very funny. Or that one engineer with 17 cool ideas. Your engineers, they do have ideas. And to be honest, I'm not even against it. But is it their ideas? It can keep you people at the back for so long. And your biggest customer demanding their pet feature yesterday. It's always like, we need it like yesterday. What about tomorrow? You don't need like tomorrow. It's like really like yesterday. So by the end of this video, you have a toolkit for saying no, without burning bridges, tanking your career, or compromising your product vision. So let's get into it. Now, the first part is why saying yes to everything is product suicide. Yes, you want to kill that product. If you say yes to everything, you are okay. You shall want to kill that product. So let's get real for a second. Your job as a PM is not to make everybody happy. You're not jollof rice. It's to build the right product for your users while meeting business objectives. So we always remember that. I'm always saying it. That product, the right products for the users, and also to bring something back to the organization. Do you understand? So that is the mindset you should have. Products, right products, users, and my organization. It should meet your business objective. So every year comes with a cost. It is either development resources are finite, feature bloats confuses users, technical debt accumulation, and your product vision gets blurrier with each random addition. So let me explain it. Development resources are finite. You can't say that at the end of we are going to start with 100 developers on this project and we are going to close out with 100 developers. Sometimes those developers may have to move to other projects. So because of that, it comes with your yes comes with a cost. Are you going to still have the 100 developers? And also remember that your developers comprises of your designers, the QA team, everybody. Are you still going to have that same number on that project till the end? Sometimes it's not always like that. Secondly, feature bloat confuses users. I'm this type of person that if I'm using your application and I start getting confused, I'll close it and I'll delete that application. I get easily overwhelmed. So if you are building something that it's confusing my life, no, I'm going to take you out. So feature, like when that feature is just too much, that's why we have versions. You can put version 1, version 2, version, like you can do it that way, right? So that everything is not just too much and overwhelming. And technical debt accumulates. You say you want to use and this clinical resources, this something. And funny enough, it's not even part of what you wanted to. I mean, probably the budget or the list you've given to the management. Now you want to start adding more to it. Who's going to pay for it? It's not you, it's the management. Then the other part is that your product vision gets blurrier with each random addition. When you're writing your PRD, right? I've actually seen PRD that doesn't have vision. They don't have like product vision. But when you're writing your product requirement documents, the truth is you need to have like a product vision. And when you keep adding, you know that you start fine tuning, rephrasing the product vision. It will see you will just everything will just be scattered, everything will just be everywhere. It's just everywhere and it's no longer organized. Now, at your first job, right? If you are so eager to please, you say yes to everything. 6 months later, your product will look like a monster. Parts bloated on everywhere with no coherent vision. Like I said, your developers, they will be burnt out, your users, they are confused, and your metrics is just going down. It's tanking. So you will learn the hard way that saying yes to everything is actually saying no to focus, quality, and your sanity. Your mind will drop. Your when you say yes to everything, because now you need to implement all of those things. The focus, and your sanity is all is has gone outside. It's outside already. So remember, if everything is priority, nothing is a priority. If you are prioritizing everything, so which one is the eldest of the priority? None. Second part is the no toolkits, different flavors of rejection. Brrr. So let's talk about it. So the first one is not all no's are created equal. So let's walk through different ways to decline requests without sounding like a jerk. The not right now no. Well, this isn't a hard rejection, it's a prioritization statement. Do you understand? It's a prioritization statement. So your stakeholder will be like, oh, we really need this feature for a deal I'm working on. A bad PM response is, sorry, it's not on the roadmap. Hello? It's not on my roadmap, I beg, please. That's a very bad response. The good response would be, that sounds valuable now. You push them. You say, that sounds valuable, but it doesn't align with our Q2 priorities. But let's discuss it for Q3 planning next month. In the meantime, we have this very cool feature. Will it help as a workaround? You see how you've been able to, like, not right now, but we are looking at it for future plan. The magic here is you are not dismissing the idea, you are giving it a proper place and time, and that is one thing I really like. Don't dismiss people's idea. Do not do it. It's not because even you, if you say something to people and they dismiss it, you won't be encouraged to do it again, right? And sometimes those people that you've dismissed their idea, they might actually have a very good idea for you next time, and they will feel like because this person will not do it, they will keep quiet. Now the second part is the yes if no. The yes if no. So this puts the ball back in their court. Let's go again. Your stakeholder will come like, the competitor just launched this feature. We need it too. Okay, so let me respond. We can't do everything our competitors do. How far? As the stakeholder, what will you do to me? You just say, HR, I beg, that letter, send it to her now. She's sacked. She's sacked. But the good response will be, we could prioritize this if we delay the analytics dashboard. Would you prefer we make this trade off? Do you see? We are pushing it back into their court. But you see some stakeholders, they will not think, is it me that will make that decision for you? Is that not why I employ? Oh my god. But when stakeholders have to choose between their new request and something they already want, they often reconsider the urgency. That is something I've realized. Now, the third part, the help me understand no. I actually like this one too. The help me understand. So sometimes the best response is a genuine question. I'm a typical Nigerian. If you ask me a question, I'll send it back to you with a question. Is that what I would do? And they say, how are you? You say, and you too. You unko. You answer, you send the question back. So now your stakeholder can be like, we should add a dark mode to the app. Let me give a response. That's not important right now. Is that a very good response? Nah, I don't think so. It's rude. You're a rude person. Now the best response will be, help me understand. What problem would dark mode solve for our users? Do we have data on how many users have requested this? Now, the thing about this is that kind of response, it is you want to understand, but if it's you stakeholders, if those stakeholders, they will tell you that, but it's me that will be doing data analysis or data research or doing research on this feature for you. So you might have to like do that research on your own. But the truth is, you are just trying, before you even accept, you want to understand their thought process. So digging deeper reveals that the request is actually a solution to a different problem that you might solve another way. It's simple as that. Do you understand? So when you ask them that question, you want to know more about that feature request. It's simple. So you know what is on there. You understand their thought process. Now, the fourth one is the let's experiment no. Perfect for the enthusiastic but unproven idea. This one is very, very perfect. So stakeholder will be like, I think users would love a social sharing feature. Everybody shall want to put social sharing there. We want to push social, so everybody we shall have those icons on our application. Now your bad response, we are only our users, they are not on social media. And now your application that you are building, where are you going to do the advertisement? You go and hire town carriers, abi crier, or what do they call it? So they will do carry. That's what you do, abi. So that's a bad response. The good response, that's an interesting hypothesis. Before we invest in building, let's run a simple experiment. What if we had a non-functional share button to track clicks or survey our top users about it? See, data beats opinion every time. I'm always saying this in every of my videos. You see data, I think they should add data to my name now. Teminokola data. Data beats opinion. It beats that your guts, that your vibes. It beats it every time. So you can just put that non-functional share button. So you are tracking, it's a metrics that you are actually trying to track. Do you get? So now the how many times you want to monitor, how many times that non-functional share button, right? How many times will users click on it? If they click on it like a number of times, then you feel like, okay, this is something that we can have on the application. But if they don't, then you can go back to your sticker and say they did not even, throughout this month, nobody even decides to even click on this thing. Do you understand? So always back your nose up with data. The longer you make people wait for a definitive no, the more likely they will either forget about their request or realize on their own that it wasn't important after all. That's something I've realized. So the more you allow it to linger, you see that they've even forgotten. They've even forgotten. But you don't need to let them forget. You need to actually do research on it so that if that feature is important and you do not go and do research, and they will come back. Wait, I remember like 2 months ago I told you about this thing. Yeah, then you're just looking like it. Now, the other part is making your nose stick with data. You know, I said it in Nicola data. I like data a lot too. So the strongest shield against random feature requests is what is data. Here's how to build your data fortress. Know your North Star metrics. When you have clear metrics that define success, it's easier to evaluate whether a feature will move those metrics. So you have to know your North Star metrics. When that you see these metrics, you are looking at the feature, you are comparing the feature and the metrics. Okay, so if we have this, what is going to happen? What metrics are we trying to like measure? Is it going to hit that metrics, or is just going to be there blank, nothing? So the feature sounds cool, but it will increase our user activation rate. No, then it's not a priority for Q2. If that thing is not going to affect the metrics that are set out, my dear, it's not a priority, to be honest. But remember, you are working with data. So another thing is maintain a clear product vision document. Like I said, people write PRD. I've seen PRDs without product vision, and it's wrong. It's wrong. You should have like a clear product vision document. You should. You can add it to your PRD. It may not be like a different document on its own, but you can add it to your PRD. Create a simple vision statement and strategy that everyone can reference. When new idea come in, you hold them up against the vision. So if there is a feature request, you look at your vision statement and you compare it. Are they in alignment? If they are not, then you may have to just say no, like the way we practiced, right? So you always need to like compare your vision statement and also the products, the feature and the product vision statement. You always need to do that, always. So you say something like, our vision is to be the fastest way for small businesses to invoice clients. This feature would add complexity, slowing down our core workflow. Can you see? It is not what you set out to build. And now if you should do it, this is the result. So you should be able to like weigh both. You should be able to compare both side by side. The third thing is use a public prioritization framework. There is a video I dropped some weeks ago on prioritization techniques. If your team knows how you evaluate ideas, either impact versus effort or using the right etc, they will start filtering their request before they even bring it to you. They know that this person is this is our approach, this is how she's going to do it, and we trust our process. So they will always filter things before they even bring it to you. The fourth thing is track feature requests systematically. Create a feasible place where all ideas goes. This shows you are not ignoring inputs, you are managing it. So you should be able to like track feature requests systematically. There should be like a document created for you to track the feature request. Let's say you have like a feature request. You can say, I've added it to our feature request backlog with your name on it. We'll review this monthly during roadmap planning. and you add feature request, you put my name on it. I'm the richest one on it. Like you consider me worthy to put a feature request slash my name. Nah, you've won my heart. So you should have, like, you should be able to track your feature requests systematically. There was something that happened. I worked on a project with a friend. We wanted to, like, actually we implemented a public scoring system for feature requests. So something magical happened. The sales team started coming to me saying, listen to this. I know this probably won't score high enough, but I wanted to mention. Do you see what happened there? They know that it is not what we want to do now, but they just want to mention it. But yeah, you can change your mind. So they were pre-qualifying their own requests. That's the dream, folks. When people, before they come to you, they will come, oh, but at least they've done their own study to see that, oh, this is not what these people are working on. Do you see? So that is how it is meant to be. Now, when and how to say yes. We've spoken about no's. Now we want to talk about yes. The plot twist, sometimes you should say yes. The art is knowing when. So you say yes when the request aligns perfectly with your vision and current priorities. If it's already pointing in the direction you are headed, it might be worth accelerating now. Why not? So why do you want to say no? Just because it's not in the product documents, you don't want to say no. But it's in alignment with what you already have. So yes, you should say yes to that. It solves a critical problem for a significant portion of your user base. If anybody should give you an idea that will raise probably user retention by 30%, you better accept. That's your savior, that's your angeli. You better accept. So if 30% of your users are struggling with the same issue, that's what addressing, even if it wasn't in your original plan. Like, just accept it. It's going to push retention rates up. My dear, please accept. So the third um, time when you should say yes is when the opportunity cost is low, but the relationship value is high. Sometimes a small yes can build goodwill to earn you 10 no's later. So, for example, there was this thing that I did some time ago. I fast tracked a UI tweak for one of my bosses before a major demo. It took the developer literally less than 20 minutes. And but he had me months of breathing room for bigger decisions. Do you get, like, I was able to do that, and we did it very, very quickly before a demo. And once that was done, every other thing we've already fast tracked that feature. So we're not even bothered about it for like months. Do you understand? So now the fourth time you should say yes is when it reveals a blind spot in your thinking. I'm always saying this, that you may be the PM because you have manager at the back of your product doesn't mean that you know everything, right? There are some things that you may not even see. Sometimes no's should become yeses when they highlight something you missed. Do you get? I mean, you should be thankful that you even have people that sees things that you cannot. Those things that are there but you can't see. If people are actually pointing it out to you, you should thank them and you should say yes to them. So now, practical techniques for difficult conversations. So when you need to have those critical, difficult conversations, let's look at some scenarios. So let's practice. Let's look at the persistent sales rep. That persistence, you see sales. Let's look at them. They'll be like, but the client will work. Oh, if we don't build this, it's $1 million deal. Hello, we know sales. Thank you, we know. The strategy is to involve them in the solution. You should always involve your salespeople in the solution. So you say something like, I understand that this deal is important too, but instead of building their custom feature, what if we offer them early access to our upcoming analytics dashboard? Or we could create a services package to address their need without custom development. Custom development can take a while. It's not everybody you are going to build sachet feature for. Sometimes everybody's just going to use the same thing. But you can always talk to them like, okay, what about this instead of this? Do you get? Now let's look at the visionary CEO. Those ones, they always see things. They see a lot. So they'll be like, oh, you know what? How are you doing today? I was at the shower this morning and I had an amazing idea that would change everything. He's always changing everything. You need to connect to strategy and buy time. He says something like, that's an interesting direction. It seems like a shift from our current strategy. Yes, sir. It is a shift. You are very visionary, but sir, it's a shift from this thing that we are currently working on. So could you walk me through how you see this connecting to our Q2 goals? We are redirecting them to another time. Do you understand? And would you be open to me validating this with some customer users or some customers interviews for this particular feature that you've mentioned? So instead of you just accepting, you want to understand their thought process. You want to see what if they've even done, if it's just on the surface, you want to know, and you don't just want to take it in. You want to meet with your users, your customers, to interview them and get their feedback. Another one is the demanding customer. Let's see. We are your biggest customer, oh, and we need this feature now, or we are leaving. Hello? Can you hear me? Did you hear what I said? We are your biggest customer, and we need this feature like yesterday, or we are leaving. Calm down, they are your customer. See, the strategy is to dig deeper and find the real need. You say something like, hello, ma. Hello, how are you doing today? I understand you. I hate to lose you as a customer, but could you please help me understand the underlying problem you're trying to solve? There might be a way to address your need within our current product, though, and that you're not aware of. Now, the truth is, something I've realized is that sometimes you have that feature on your application, but your users don't even know that it's there. Your placeholder and the name they know it as could be different. Let's look at logout and sign out. Logout, sign out. Sometimes it might be difficult for people to understand that they are the same thing. Maybe they've always used applications that it is logout, and you put sign out. They'll be like, we can't even go out of the application. We'll just have to close the application for us to go out. Do you understand? You could explain to them in a way that they will see that, oh, you may have that solution, to be honest, but they don't even know. So remember, the loudest voice shouldn't automatically get priority. That's what I want you to take from this video. The loudest voice doesn't automatically get priority. Shouldn't. Your job is to balance all user needs, not just the ones with the biggest megaphone, not those ones screaming in your head. Do you understand? Now, the conclusion is saying no gets easier with practice. I'm also still learning how to say no. I'm also still learning how to say no, but it gets easier. The best product managers are not the ones who build the most features. They are the ones who build the right features and have the courage to protect their products from bloats. So don't forget, what did we discuss today? Classes in section. Your products, your toolkits for masterful knows. Your product toolkit for masterful knows. The first thing is different flavors of no for different situation. There are different situations, and you can't be saying the same no for everything. There are best responses, there are good responses. We cited that. Data to back up your decision. I believe so much in data. You can't just be going around with just words casually. You should be able to back it up with data. The third thing is systematic approach for handling requests. Those feature requests, there should be an approach to handling them. Then the last thing, clear communications about priorities and vision. You should have like a very good um, communication pattern about your priorities and your vision. And remember, you're not being difficult when you say no. You are doing your job. Your product can be everything to everyone, and that's okay. I've seen people compare Child Deck and Glovo. They have like a similar solution, but the truth is, people will still say, oh, Glovo over Child Deck or Child Deck over Glovo, and it is they have like similar solution, but it is what people want. You can't force users to say no, this is it. So your product can be everything to everyone, and that's okay. So that's it for today. If you have had to deliver some tough no's recently, drop a comment about how you handled it. Let's learn, let's learn, let's learn. And if you are struggling with a specific stakeholder situation, let me know. I know how to fast and pray. We will fast and we will pray. We will pray to God and God touch the heart. You have the heart of the king and the stakeholder in your hand. Touch that heart, or maybe we can tackle it in a future video. You never can tell. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more product management tips that won't put you to sleep. We do beautiful things here. We don't sleep. We're always awake. 247. Wide awake. Wide awake. Now, don't forget, have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. Until I see you next week. Bye.